Greetings, everyone. I am glad you are here, and boy, oh boy, am I glad to be here. We're going to be playing a crazy deck today. One that is technically of my own build, but one that is inspired by an opponent I actually had, who was mutating onto Scute Swarms and then copying those Scute Swarms, of course, with land drops. And boy, oh boy, was it a great time. I was just absolutely thrilled to get beaten by it. And while I seriously doubt that this is going to take over the meta in any way, shape, manner, or form, this is what I want to be doing with my Scutes. Darn it. So when I saw my opponent doing that, I was like, yes, sign me up. We're gonna do some of this nonsense as well. So I threw together this build. I really don't know that this is going to be an acceptable version or anything. You can see we have some of the spell lands. So we have plenty of land drops, all things considered. We also have some Cultivates and Lotus Cobras for some ramp. But our mutators are Migratory Greathorn, Gemrazer, and Auspicious Starrix. So we are looking to have a good time doing a little mutating. And hopefully it comes out all right. Good luck, 14th Army. Good luck. Yeah, I think this is a hand we can keep. It doesn't have any of our Scutes in it, which is unfortunate. But, you know, you deal with what you've got, and as it happens, you can't always... Oh, boy. Our opponent appears to be on some cleric action, which is sweet. They do likely have quite a bit of removal, so it might not be a very good matchup for us. We really want our Lotus Cobra to survive. But we can accept if it does not. Oh, boy. Hallowed Priest for our opponent. Clerical Lifespan growing up. Clerical Lifespan going to get in, as will Selfless Savior, I assume. No? Wow, okay. No, you got it, opponent. You have got it. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and... get down a 4/4. We're pretty convinced our opponent's going to have some amount of interaction. But at this juncture, we are planning on spending our entire next turn just basically doing Ashaya, right? And then with Ashaya... Ooh, okay. Sure. Opponent likely not willing to get in, but we will trade if they do. Okay. Yeah. It's a fact. All right, folks. So now... yeah, we're going to wait, I think. 1, 2, 3. No. Let's see. Yeah, let's just Kazandu Mammoth, I guess. This is fine. Everything's fine. Well, I'm not sure how fervently I mean that, but we are hoping that everything will be fine. All right. 14th Army, looking at our board. Casts a Cleric of Lifespan. That is not a removal spell, folks. They're going tall, for sure. But can they go wide enough to kill us? These Cleric Lifespond will only grow once per turn. The Hallowed Priest will grow. Huh. Well, Scute Swarm. Yep. Green. And this is now enough for Auspicious Starrix. On this Scute. Over. Oh, yes. Indeed. So we're going to go ahead and get in with everybody. Our opponent has the Selfless Savior, and that can make our life difficult here. No question about it. All right. Opponent gets to save one creature. Who will it be? They choose not to cash in Selfless Savior. Wow. All right. That seems wild to me. I am not sure why our opponent didn't want to do that. They're only going to draw one card this turn. Yeah, Luminarch Aspirant is a great draw normally, but they're going to draw one card. That doesn't really get them out from under all of this nonsense that's coming. They also don't have Trample, right? So we have all these expendable Scutes that we just don't mind losing at all, right? Yeah, opponent decides to sacrifice a creature and draw a card. Oh, boy. Let's see. Yeah, let's mutate onto Auspicious Starrix here. And the opponent just scoops it up. Indeed, folks. It definitely gets out of control here. Good game, opponent. All right, folks. I don't know what else we could ask for. I don't know if this hand is good enough to win. But we're on the play. We have ramp to get us to Scutes, multiplying Scutes, and we have the Auspicious Starrix to mutate onto it. If we're against like mono red or something, it's strongly possible we don't live long enough for that to be a concern. But darn it, this is why we built this deck. So we're going to do this thing. We are up against Mash. Good luck, Mash. All right. Yep. Land go. Land go. This turn we'll have something, though. Ooh, your opponent goes Fearless Fledgling. That is definitely a good card. Opponent has a land drop. And a Subira Tulzidi Caravaner. Not one you see real often. All right. Scute Swarm. And we're just going to make a token with it. We're really hoping our Scute Swarm survives, but we can accept that it you know, is unlikely to do so. Our opponent very likely has, you know, Bone Crusher Giants and other kind of small-time interaction. They're in both red, white, and black, all of which have removal options, you know. We're going to chump the Subira. Opponent going to kill our Scute? No, Leona Warleader. All right. Well, folks, you know, costs 6 to mutate, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. All right, well, Scute Swarm. Oh, shoot. That was a punt, folks. We were supposed to Castle Garenbrig there. Oh, that was not the greatest hit we've ever had. What is Mash up to over there? They are definitely doing some interesting stuff. We have not seen Subira ever get used before. And that is definitely pretty cool. Nahiri! Oh, that's what's going on. I see. Sure, opponent goes looking for equipment. Do they find... No, they don't. Presumably looking for Embercleave. Yeah, well. Yeah. We're going to attack. Our opponent can trade. But... yeah, more likely just wants to chump. In fact, that is what happens here. And in fairness, I think we're okay with that. Our, you know, our opponent does have some pretty interesting attacks here, but we were really worried they might be able to go real crazy. All right, Leona Warleader. Getting in. We are going to snap off all the blocks here. Take 4. Opponent shatters the sky. Rough. Alright, just as we pull up a Gemrazer. Opponent then going to advance the board with a 1-1? Indeed. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just start with the Starrix, I guess. Okay, the opponent not likely to have removal. In fact, does not. We're going to mutate under. Get Cultivate off the top and a land onto the battlefield. Not the most exciting thing ever, but opponent does get in. Predicting an Embercleave here. Okay, they don't go for it. It also just could be another board sweeper. It is. All right, well, unfortunate, but is what it is. Fear not, folks. We do have non-lands in this deck. Hitting our land drops in this deck is very important, but okay. There's one of them. All right. There we are. A Gemrazer touching the battlefield. Opponent going to go down now? Indeed, going to look for Winota, Joiner of Forces. Wow, all right. We were not expecting this to be a Winota deck. We might actually lose here. And by might actually, I think that card right there actually kind of seals it. Not stone dead, but definitely not in good shape. Wow. Those creatures are indestructible, folks. So we're just going to drop down to a casual 1, and sure enough, that is going to do it. Our good friend Mash over there definitely doing a cool, cool thing, and we approve. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can do this, I guess. All right. All right. No bluffs. That's all we've got. Good game, opponent. That was a sweet match to be sure. All right, folks. Here we are up against Shenlong Strong. Good luck, Shenlong Strong. I guess we're going to keep this. We do need one more land drop, but this deck does have plenty of lands, so I don't think that's asking too much. Yeah, there it is. No, we're going to go ahead and pass there. I think this is fine. All right, how about a Lotus Cobra? Opponent says, all right. It definitely resolves. And they enter the Roilet straight back to our hand, which is okay. A Vine Gecko. The first kicked spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a kick spell, put a 1 counter on Vine Gecko. Wow, folks. That is a wild thing. And yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and cultivate here in case our opponent has more of that style shenanigan. We would like to prevent that. Because next turn they will in fact have 4 mana. Now, okay, as it turns out, it's tapped mana, but oh boy. Whenever you cast a kick spell, draw, and then discard, our opponent's going to be getting lots of both card advantage and selection. Alright, so let's Castle Garenbrig. Get down a Scute and Migratory Greathorn onto said Scute, right over top, as a matter of fact. And go ahead and get a land. That is our 6th land, so we're going to be making a copy of Migratory Greathorn. Feels good, man. Now, our opponent can, into the Royal, this token, and it goes away. Sure, okay. But I was going to say, if they do bounce this one back to our hand, then we just get it back to our hand, right? That's not a big deal. So we're going to start on Scute. We're then going to mutate onto Scute. Right over top. That's going to net us an additional land. And we're going to play an additional land, making it up to 4 Scute. This Inscription of Insight, pretty cool. Roost of Drakes is a kicked spell. Vine Gecko gets a counter. Poralhelm Chronicler does some looting. And the Roost of Drakes creates a 2/2 Drake. Alright. Our turn begins, and they have a stop set. They're going to Into the Royal, our Migratory Greathorn, which is okay. Which is okay. So we're going to go ahead and just... Stonecoil Serpent for 1. Just to make sure. Then we're going to Scute Swarm. Migratory Greathorn. Over top. Get a forest. We're then going to do all of this again. And this time we're going to add a Lotus Cobra to the board as well. And yeah, we're going to go ahead. Get aggressive with those Migratory Greathorns. The reason I did it this way with the Stonecoil Serpent for 1 is I was really scared that our opponent might get in a flyer or something we just wouldn't be able to handle. So, need to make sure we chump it and don't lose. For sure. Shen Longstrong. Probably feeling a little bit bad right now, and I apologize about that, Shen Longstrong. They have done a lot of bouncing our Migratory Greathorns right back to the battlefield. Now, for what it's worth, folks, I do... yeah, I do not blame our opponent for scooping up. They are in a bit of a rough spot. I think this is a very, very bad matchup for our opponent, but good game nonetheless. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Top Gank. Good luck, Top Gank. And yeah, we go first. This has got to be a keeper. We're going to lead on Kazandu Mammoth. On the Kazandu Valley side, of course. Just making sure that we hit all our stuff. This duress going to be a whiff. We are on 100% permanence here. So we're going to advance the board with Crawling Barrens and a Lotus Cobra. Pass that turn. Opponent, yeah, on blue and black, as it turns out. Migratory Greathorn. Opponent Essence Scatters. Alright. You have got it. We're going to go ahead and pass that turn. We do want another land drop here, folks. That would be great. Definitely don't want to get stuck on lands. We kept a 3-lander because we were disciplined. Please don't punish us, deck. We have a million lands in this deck. Temple to Seek coming in. Tapped. Opponent scries top. And passes. Alright, fair enough. So we're going to start on a Lotus Cobra here, see if our opponent lets that resolve. We almost expect that our opponent might try and gate us on that one, right? Green and green. And we're just going to Stonecoil for 4, see what our opponent has to say about that. We don't particularly want to lose our spell. Yeah, sure. Jawari Disruption. This is fine. We don't particularly want to lose our spell, but the fact that we do have a pair of 2/1s in play that don't need to tap to provide us mana, right? These Lotus Cobras are doing their job just by existing. This is a very, very real clock on our opponent. They can't sit there and only counter spells, right? They needed to address the board, which they can do, for the record, with things like Extinction Event, things like that, now that they're at 4 mana. But opponent stopping us on draw phase. I mean, sure. So, as we pointed out, opponent needing to act. We're just gonna go on ahead to combat. Alright, opponent takes it. Well, how about a Cultivate? Are you gonna let us have a Cultivate, opponent? If they can counter this, I would be surprised if they don't. This is a very, very powerful play right now. Opponent's thinking about it. Or thinking about what to do about it, possibly. Sure. All right. Yep. We are just going to cast the Gemrazer here. Not try and mutate. Wow, they had another Jawari Disruption. Oh my word. Okay. Feels bad. Blood Chief's Thirst happens. Alright, you got it. Hum, hum, hum. I think we're actually going to do it like this. All right, they dropped to 12. I think this is fine. We'd like to draw another land. Oh, boy, or that. This is also fine. All right. Yeah, that does nothing, opponent. But I do not blame you for trying. Is that spot removal? It is. Okay. Oh, boy. Well, that was a very, very good draw. Overtop. It has mutated once. It's a land, but that is good enough. Now our opponent is in a very difficult spot indeed. 2 individually lethal threats, indeed. And the opponent just scoops it up. Good game, opponent. Good game. All right, folks. Yeah, this is why we're here. So, what do you do? Opponent is the 17th. Interesting. Wonder if that's the 17th account? 17th player? Not sure. Oh, we are going to cultivate either way. A forest enters the battlefield. A forest heads to our hand. Shatterskull pass coming on down. So we're going to advance the board with a Scute. Opponent having a look at that, saying, I guess. And we're going to advance the board with a tapped land. This is not yet to 6 lands here, folks. Yep, Spikefield Hazard doing its thing. This is not surprising. We just get a dude. But this we were prepared for. We have a second Scute. Oh boy. Well, that's a good one. Alright, let's get in for one first. So let's start on Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Opponent has the Essence Scatter. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. We're not real surprised by that. But that's why we wanted to start on that one. Just in case. Alright. Scute Swarm. Do you have another Essence Scatter? Please say you don't. Heavens to Murgatroyd. That would be not great indeed. Alright. Opponent cannot respond to a land drop. So we're going to Migratory Greathorn onto our Scute Swarm. If they're will spoil spell of choice, okay, sure. That's a very solid play by our opponent. They do have to handle this other Scute before we mutate, but they handled the other 2 threats there that they really needed to handle. What say you, 17th? Just a Bone Crusher Giant? That is not going to be good enough. Yeah, we're going to go over. Now, they likely have board sweepers and stuff, right? So, oh boy. I mean, all right. So, yeah, as long as they have, yeah. So, they're going to be shattering the sky next turn, I think. And, you know, that's very much to be expected. Admittedly, once they do, they're going to have 5 cards. Yeah, 5 cards left in hand. We're going to have 3. That's not great. But what do you do? All right, Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, coming on down as an 8/8. Realm Cloak Giant, destroying all of our creatures. All right, Auspicious Starrix, coming on down. What say you, 17th? Looking at that Crawling Barrens, trying to decide what to make of that fella. Looking at the Auspicious Starrix, thinking, do we need to kill this right now? Well, we're going to go ahead and Auspicious Starrix over top of an Auspicious Starrix. That's a land. That's another land. So we're going to cultivate. And get all these things out of here. The Realm Cloak Giant, problematic. Problematic to be sure. We do have a lot of mutators in the deck, though. So we can kind of go really wide with this Auspicious Starrix as long as it starts happening very soon. If it doesn't happen very soon, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Admittedly, if we just like brick, draw land or something this turn, we have a Stonecoil Serpent. We just don't expect one creature to live all that long, you know? Oh, hey. That's the sort of thing we were looking for. Neutralize, eh? Alright, well. How about a 9/9? There you are. We will not be attacking with our Auspicious Starrix, though I appreciate the offer. Your go 17th. It's a Plains. Is this another cast off? That would be not great. It is probably a Shadow of the Sky. Though maybe this could be a Bone Crusher Giant, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not like we had any choice. We can't just let the 7/7 Vigilance beat our face in, you know? Alright, get in. Opponent blocks without, or Bone Crusher Giant. Definitely clicked my end step there by accident. That is not what we were trying to do. But that's alright. We can actually dump a whole bunch of mana into this Crawling Barrens and make it a rather beefy fellow. Oh boy, that is not what we were expecting. Holy crud. That is not what we were expecting at all. Alright. That is a powerful play, to be certain. Our opponent just dealt 5 damage to our face, gained 5 life themselves, and drew 5 cards. Opponent looking long and hard at that Crawling Barrens. Which, again, this was a line we considered actually taking and not casting this, because we're on 12 mana. We can give it 2/1 counters 3 separate times, so it'll go up to a 6/6. So then next turn it'll be swinging as a 10/10 without a land drop, right? But, so a very viable possibility, just not the one I had elected to do in my mind, because we were going to be able to do this a couple of times anyway, either way. So all right. Opponent drops to 7. That was a pretty sizable hit there. Opponent has a Narset of the Ancient Way. Gains 2 life, adds a little bit of mana. It's a blue this time. Jace Mirror Mage coming on down. Yeah. Opponent going to scry a little bit with the clone. Hope to draw some with Jace Mirror Mage, but they are very, very low on possible answers to Crawling Barrens. A lot of, like Brazenbower, for instance. The reason we're not scared of that one is non-land permanent, folks. Return a non-land permanent. It's a land, right? And that was the upside to not making this line that one turn, right? Was that we kind of diversify our options a little bit if they did have removal. As it turns out, this definitely worked out quite well. Opponent draws into Seagate Restoration. Bolts it in, casts a Bone Crusher Giant. Well, that's unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and take the action. We're going to attack. Opponent, obviously, going to block. So we're just going to go ahead and Ashaya. And yeah, I mean, I guess. Make our Crawling Barrens a 16/16. Not that it should matter, but, you know, it could. Who knows? We could have made a 4/4 Stonecoil, but I think their most likely scenario here is to board sweep again and then play a blocker, right? So anything short of lethal just kind of gives them a free card. So if this had been a 6/6, there's a case to be made that, okay, we'll have a Crawling Barrens that they'll chump, and then we can play around a couple of additional blockers or whatever. Yeah. As expected. Dream Trawler, eh? What say you, 17th? Oh, shoot. That was supposed to be a Crawling Barrens. I goofed that up pretty bad there. This actually might cost us the game. We'll find out. Alright, so we get in. Opponent throws Dream Trawler in front of it. No great surprise there. All right. Yeah. There we go. Just wanted to make sure it was going to tap right and not leave me the mana empty. And then have me walk right into a Jwari disruption or something, you know. Really wanted to get this off Summoning Sickness, but I wasn't thinking, and I went after that Castle Garenbrig instead. Oh, my goodness. Just grabbing that right out of my hand. Very unfortunate. What will you do, opponent? On 11 life. That is a lot healthier. They could go ahead and pop this Narset of the Ancient Way. Go for the emblem. Whenever you cast the non-creature spell, the emblem deals 2 damage to anything. So, our face included. 4 more non-creature spells and they win. They have 1,000,000 men over there. But they've also got to answer a lethal threat in the Crawling Barrens. And a not too far off of lethal threat in Stonecoil Serpent. Wow, they tick down to draw the extra card. And they scoop it up. Couldn't get something in front of the land. And that'll be the game. Wow, folks. We kind of got bailed out on that one. All right, folks. We're back looking at this deck. And honestly, I had a lot of fun. No, I don't think it's going to win any tournaments. I do think it is jank. I know some people were pretty upset with Scute Swarm in general because of the things it can do, particularly around, you know, Omnath and stuff. It also is maybe not great for the client. It, you know, people go crazy with it, want to make hundreds and hundreds of tokens. Okay, I understand all that stuff, but yeah, it's just good, clean fun.